All right, guys, let's begin. So we were up to this point in our last class where we had, Fred is buying a house. At the end of the first year, we were getting Fred's house being sold. Now, this question was very simply at the end of the first year. This question had multiple parts to it, and it was of 3 marks, so it was going to require some working as well. We have to see how has Fred evolved. The money has evolved, but what is going to be more important is what is happening to his what you may call what sort of money you're going to be taking, because it says at the end of the first year the value of the house increases by 5. At the end of the second year the value of the house increases by 3 of its value at the end of the first year. So technically what is happening is that if we were to draw some sort of a link to it, Fred bought the house, and after a year, there was a 3% increase. I think 3% increase, no, 5% increase, sorry. And Fred has this new value. And after that, again, there was a 3% increase, but not in the original value, this time around in this value. And Fred got his house, at the end of the second year, he got it. So this is the original one, original price of the house that Fred bought it at. This is the first year, and this is the second year. And what we're concerned with is his value at the calculate how much Fred paid for the house. So technically, we're concerned with this one. This is what we're concerned with, the original amount. At the end of the second year, the Fred's house's worth is 60564. Now, technically, in order to solve this question, I need to go backwards. Is this clear, guys? How will I do this question? Yes, you guys have attempted it as well. Hopefully so. Everyone has attempted this. Yes, Zoya. What should I do?
So first we have to find at the end of the first year. So
Okay.
we take the principal amount as x, and then 1 plus 3 over 100. Power, I was confused if it was power 1 or power 2, but I did power 1, and is equals to 60564.
Yes, you can do the question like that. That is perfectly all right. Okay. There are multiple ways of doing the same question. The way Zoya is doing it is through what you may call compound interest, which is perfectly all right as well, because this is being compounded. Yes, Zoya. So Zoya is telling me that the price at the end is 60564, which is equal to the principal amount. The principal amount is obviously the amount at the end of the first year. And Zoya was telling me that if we assume that there was a 3% interest increase, then the amount became this. So now we already know this 1 plus 3 over 100. And Zoya, you're raising it to 1?
Yes.
Okay. Then what answer do you get from this, Zoya?
I got 58800.
So the principal amount becomes 58800. Is that too many numbers or no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yes. So this is essentially amount at the end of the first year. Of the first year. Yes. What's up next, Soya? What should I do?
And then I did the same thing, but this time I took A as 58800.
Well done, Zoya. So now, again, you're trying to assume that this is the principal amount now. This is the final amount. This is the compounded interest that you received. So you can simply solve this question again as the final amount is 58,800 is equal to principal plus 1 plus 5 over 100 raised to the power 1. And Zoya, what did you get?
56,000.
Completely?
Yes.
56,000. And that itself is the original amount that Fred paid to buy the house. Now we can check Zoya's answer as well. How can we check Zoya's answer? Is that you can simply calculate 5%, technically 105% of 56,000 you can calculate. Secondly, what you can do, whatever price, and then you can do 3%, 103% of this amount, and if that is giving you 60564, then your answer is correct. Now, this is one way of doing it. This is very genius, by the way. This is actually a better way of doing it. How, let's look at the other way of doing it. You could have done it in the same way that, for example, percentage increase or decrease. So you could have said that if this is X, then X goes a 103% increase and the value becomes 60564. You could solve it like this because this is X, right? Let's consider it. And it had a 3% increase. Having a 3% increase is what? 100 plus 3%. So that becomes 103%. And 103 of X is equal to 60564. All right. So it would have been simply, you can, try and calculate it this way as well, that it would have been, you would have gotten like 103 times X, which is now this over here, X is the amount at the end of the first year, is equal to 60564. And then you divided it by 60564, you would have gotten your value at the end of the year. Clear? Similarly, you would have done the same way over here. Once you have received the value at the end of the first year, what you're going to do is that you're going to simply divide it by 105% in order to get to the original amount. Why? Because if the original amount is being kept at X, 100 and after going a 5% increase, that means there's a total increase of 105% in X to reach this amount, the amount at the first year. Is this clear? Any issues with this, guys? Anyone who does, yes, Zoya?
So suppose if they were saying at the end of 2 years or something like this, will it work if I do 105% like that?
Yeah, Zoya. Because it never, okay. If he says that after 2 years there was a 3% increase, we're concerned with the increase, we're not concerned with time. Then your formula might have been wrong. Why? Because then you would have taken time as 2 and that would have not been the case. So technically what has happened, amount at the end of the first year can also be calculated by simply X of, or you can say 103% of X, percent of X is equal to 60564. And X would have been equal to 60564. And you would have calculated it like this. And over here, Zoya, you can even use this method. So your method is perfectly all right, but it would not be very suitable to use if there had been 2 years, because then you would have done 2, but the overall increase is 3. Zoya, it's not increase per year. The overall increase is 3. So this question, I was expecting all of you to do this question using percentages because there is no mention of compounded interest. But this is actually genius. Like, you used it and it worked simply. It's not going to be wrong. All right. And over here, it's going to be 105% of whatever X original value it has, which is equal to 5880. And the original amount over here is X. And the amount at the end of the year is X. Clear, guys? So this question can be done in multiple ways. All right. Zoya, any questions regarding this?
No, sir.
Yes. Who has done part D? Is there anyone who has done part D? Yes. All right. We'll let Kushi answer this. You answered the previous one. Yes, Kushi.
Should I explain these steps or just say the answer I got?
Whatever you're comfortable with, Kushi. Okay. Okay, wait. Find the value of R. So, Gabriel, I'll ask you the answer, Kushi. Wait. So, it's going to
Okay.
be the formula is A is equal to P plus 1 plus R raised to the power T, which is going to be what you may call the final amount after the end of 8 years, they're saying is 609.20. So the final amount is 609.20, which is equal to the principal amount, which is 500, which is equal to times 1 plus R percent. Now, because it says R percent and you need to find the value of R, it's going to be R over 100. And it's raised to the power of T, which is 8 years. Yes. Now you need to find the value of R. So, Kushi, can you tell us the value of R?
I got 2.5.
Kushi gets 2.5. Does anyone get anything other than that? Is there anyone who has a different answer? I'm afraid that most of you probably have not even attempted it. And Assalamu alaikum, Fahad. How are you?
Walaikum salam, sir. I'm good. What about you?
I'm good, Fahad. Long time no see, Fahad. What have you been up to?
Say school.
Oh, Fahad is just trying to flex the fact that he goes to school, people, as if you guys don't. That's wrong, Fahad. All right. Is this clear? Okay. Just because of the fact that the rest of the intellectuals in my class have not done so, I'm going to give 2 bonus marks to Zoya and Kushi. And these bonus marks will be added in the next quiz, which is probably going to be in your next class. So brace for impact. All right, I'll remember this. Zoya gave me an answer and Kushi gave me an answer. All right. So the rest of you guys can, you know, think. All right. So we're done with money too. Yes. Any issues with money? We're done with money completely. Is there anyone who does not understand percentages or money or stuff of that sort? If there is still anyone, let me know. Clear? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try and move forward from money and from the rest of the questions. And I'm not going to do time and exponential growth and decay now. I'm going to do them in the end because now I want to begin with what you may call. I'm going to shift to algebra now because it's taken me some time to finish this, and I want to begin algebra now. So let's begin algebra. Just give me a moment, guys.